Aujourd'hui, je vais parler de weeding my yard. Now, I thought I'd finally made it in life, having a big-ish, fancy, but not really, house. Alas, never could I have guessed that what I was really signing up for, and that's weeding, to about a daily basis. Oh yeah. XenPuck here. I do love my retired life because I can theoretically get up whenever I want, though I actually get up almost as early as I used to back in my corporate days, if only to make wifey her morning coffee, right? But the principle is what matters here, right? I could sleep until noon every day. Amazing. I could play Elden Ring each and every day. Shh, wifey thinks that's literally all I do, or have done for the last month. But that's obviously not true, or else I wouldn't have time to make my little clippy clips, would I? Okay, tangent over. Now, today in the series where I talk about what I know about, I'm going to complain about the need to weed. And no, I'm not talking about getting high as a kite either, okay? Unfortunately, because, we're in Texas, and I'm pretty sure Texas is about like a decade or two behind the rest of the world in terms of cultural progression. I'm just talking about that all-American pastime of not letting the exterior of your house look like an embarrassment. And so far, well, I'm not doing so hot. Now, obviously, it's not all my fault, maybe just 70% my fault, so let's get to my observations. Oh, and of course, comment, like, and subscribe, and share, and I'm sure I'm missing a few other verbs that I never use in regular daily speech because social media is a bunch of nonsense, but here I am anyway, so do what you want. I'll be great regardless. Point number one. Oh my god, I miss having a smaller space, frankly, right? We got a house that has a reasonable sized lot with quite a few sections of exterior space, right? I call them, respectively, the front yard in 3 sections, the backyard, a secret side yard that wraps around the house, and sidewalk portions and sidewalk patch. In my mind, anyway. Now, initially, I loved thinking that I had all these separate sections of exterior space. I mean, there's so much of it that no matter where wifey and I are sitting outside, we can't actually even visually inspect them all. That fact alone made me feel like a baller. Alas, over time, I've soured on the many patches of exterior space, okay? Frankly, because I can't see them all at once means that I rarely think about my side yards or sidewalk patch at all. The problem with that is, well, also because we're in Texas, there's plenty of sun all year round, I could forget about 1 or 2 of these patches of exterior land for a few weeks, and when I go check on them again, oh yeah, it's like a forest of weeds once again. Frankly, even the areas where I most often review, which is the front and backyard, I barely have the patience to mow and weed consistently, okay? Now, point number 2. My second major mistake was probably just seeing how beautifully barren other people's yards are with the gravel/rock type of features. So I decided on that same solution for my side yard and my front yard so far, right? We're keeping the backyard green because wifey cares about some level of nature. I'm cool with that because I don't mind mowing a very square-ish area only. However, oh my good lord, the rock part of our yard, okay, even with planters material between the soil and the rocks, just leaks, yes, more weeds, okay, a variety of weeds, some of which might actually flower, okay, I wish I knew which type flowered because I wouldn't mind those, but the regular leafy, low kind, I'm only now slowly working up the inclination to pull weeds by hand, daily, okay? And having such a large area of rock space means that I'm pretty much digging through rocks every time I want to pull weeds by the root. Now, I'm not a total dum-dum, by the way. Even checked with the internet via Reddit, and guess what? Everyone's solution is like, yeah, you pretty much need to pull by hand. Just think of it as exercise. That's actually not the worst reason in the world. Right now, I do think of it as my exercise because squatting and pulling weeds by hand is freaking actual manual labor. I mean, I think to myself now, what if I was actually retired? I can see now why older people downsize to apartments because this is backbreaking work, okay? I wouldn't want to do this if I was older and not actually physically comfortable doing these repetitions anymore. But then again, maybe this is really just an excuse for me to get into better shape. Too early for back pains anyway. Now, finally, I know some of you is going to ask, oh, well, you can just pay someone else to do this cleanup, maintenance type of work, right? That's true. But me being the person that I am, I refuse to hire people to do anything around my house until I know how to specifically take care of it personally. At least I'd say like 3 complete times, right? Let me be clear. There are some tasks that I simply have no interest in knowing, and I'm okay with hiring for professionals, right? For example, I just hired people to mulch my sidewalk patch. Same with the rocking of all the front, right? I'm not willing to suddenly become some sort of Home Depot pretend expert, okay, of home improvement. So fine with people who pay for that. But just maintenance? I mean, mowing and weeding counts as maintenance to me, okay? Seriously? I feel like I need to understand the pain of it myself before I can mentally calculate whether paying somebody else to do the same work is worth the money, right? Right now, despite my complaint earlier about the manualness of the labor, I still do feel a sense of accomplishment whenever I've weeded, you know, a front patch and kind of vinegar sprayed it, because apparently that's better for the environment than straight up herbicide or whatever, okay? I mean, I'm not sure how well it's actually working, but it is a type of work that's incremental, and I can get some sense of sick joy from it, okay? Maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment, as shown by how I play Elden Ring. Anyway, I'm not saying that I won't let this task go at some point, right? Like, if I figure it out, it just takes too many months to get even my front yard under control, you know, the rock portion, or that I can't possibly handle all my rock patches as well as the mulch side yard despite going out to do manual labor every day. Yeah, so if that's the case, maybe I will need professionals, but not yet, okay? In conclusion, right, I gotta say, as I sit on my butt with my gardening gloves scraping rocks and growing a callus like on my actual fingers, I think to myself, oh man, I miss apartments, right? But then I recall the whole pandemic thing and how nice it was to not feel stuck inside, and so I can stop that whole the grass is greener on the other side type of mentality, right? Okay, did I imagine I'd spend more time doing manual labor in my early retirement? Absolutely not. But is it an okay sacrifice to have your own castle? I'd say totally yes, right? I'm still considering salting the earth type of tactic as I can slowly figure out to do less and less with the rock portion of the yard, okay? But I don't know, Mother Nature can be very, very tenacious, right? Frankly, I'm not even sure if that type of spray would work, considering that most of it would just land on the rocks rather than the soil. I guess I'll consider my yard care a new challenge, and hopefully I'm not the Elmer Fudd in this story, eh? Cheers, I'll approach it.